Oh boy, do I have a treat for you today, friend. Have you seen this ad? This anti-Governor Ron DeSantis ad. Remove Ron is the name of the group, and I'll tell you who's behind it, who's pulling the strings and all that. We'll take it apart in a moment. But it's called the Forever Purge, so brace yourself for purge-related content. And this is a doozy, folks. Tell me what you think in the comments. Cringeworthy or effective? Let's go on a ride together.
Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of your cabin crew, we'd like to inform you that we have officially entered Florida airspace. Now that we're making our final descent, please watch this short message from Governor Ron DeSantis on COVID-19. Thereafter, everyone on board will be required to comply with the state's Forever Purge.
We are not doing any vaccine passports in the state of Florida. We trust people to make their own decisions in this state. We are not going to be bludgeoning people with restrictions and mandates and lockdowns or any of that stuff.
As Governor DeSantis stated, while you're within state lines, you do not have to wear a mask. You do not have to get a vaccine. It is against the law for private businesses or schools to mandate masks or vaccines. And you have the absolute right to infect whoever you want, whenever, and wherever with COVID-19. Thank you for traveling with us, and please, enjoy your Forever Purge.
COVID-19 is surging again.
This is the time to double down.
The governor is doubling down. He says students shouldn't be forced to wear masks.
If you are trying to lock people down, I'm going to stand in your way.
Florida just requested 300 new ventilators.
Hospitals are filling up here.
There is evidence that children are making up much higher cases that are emerging.
The numbers continue to rise across Florida.
This fall, don't breathe in.
This is insane.
The Forever Purge. Coming to a theater and live streaming networks near you.
Okay. So much cringe in one little package, man. And the timing on this, God, couldn't be worse, the timing when this came out. Where's this from? This is a guy who's obsessed with Florida Governor Ron DeSantis, Daniel Ohlfelder, who's an attorney for now. We'll see how long that lasts. And he has been going after the governor since the beginning of the pandemic. He's this fool who is all over the beaches in the Grim Reaper outfit, walking around telling innocent people enjoying a day on the beach that somehow they were terrible, god-awful, garbage human beings.
A bleak symbol on a sunny Jacksonville beach day Friday, which was Daniel Ohlfelder's point.
So he just goes out there. Here he is without the Grim Reaper outfit on, and he would scare people on the beach, which we found out later and so many times over that it was one of the safest places for literally anybody to be. And there's this idiot out there trying to promote himself and his law firm. Also, a little bit hypocritical of him. Around the same time that he's scaring people off the beach in Florida, he's going to a protest with huge crowds and calling it a beautiful thing with the Black Lives Matter gathering that he went to. And now he's behind Remove Ron. That's who created this cringeworthy ad. And it says, Daniel Ohlfelder, founder Remove Ron. I think he does some crowdfunding to get this. Let's see what he says. Ron DeSantis is a record of failure. Over 3.5 million cases of COVID, 51,000 deaths in Florida, 100% avoidable breakdown in Florida's ability to process applications for unemployment insurance. Vaccine distribution plan, whose main beneficiary seems to be one of DeSantis' largest donors. A lot of this is total bullshit. A refusal to admit Black Lives Matter. All right. I don't see all this stuff, right? You know, oh, good God. Naming the defense of Parler, a forum used by, you see all this stuff. Just chip in to Remove Ron. So they're trying to bilk you out of your cash if you're super pissed off at Ron DeSantis or whatever. And we're going to be in the Forever Purge, which isn't even really creative or clever for the rest of our lives. Here's the problem, dude. Look when you drop this ad. We're way down from the peak. We're rolling off of it. We're almost back to normal here. And you're like, ha, perfect time. Strike while the iron's hot. I'm going to get that, Ron DeSantis. Here's the other problem and the gotcha moment from me to old Daniel Ohlfelder over there. the death rates from COVID in the United States, when you look among the top states for death rates, it takes you a little while to get down here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Just barely in the top 10 is the state of Florida, and that's mostly because we went through this recent peak, and some other states haven't done that yet, so they'll be moving around as we are calming down quite a bit. But we're 10th. Guess what? Who's up here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. New York. Oh, man. Well, if he's this pissed off at Florida, Daniel Ohlfelter and Stop Ron or Remove Ron or whatever, all these people, they must really, really hate everybody in New York and the leadership, right? They must be going there with their Grim Reaper costume, and they must really, truly be tormenting, as he says he's a chief tormentor of DeSantis and the man who triggers Mike Huckabee like he's 17 years old or something. And he must be really mad at all the... Oh, sorry. I got it wrong. Governor Cuomo is a leader. Governor DeSantis is a joke. As you saw, the death rate much higher in the state of New York. That's by population, by the way, meaning that if you wanted to judge people on that scale, Governor Cuomo is inarguably worse at as his handling of the crisis. Andrew Cuomo is getting the job done. Unfortunately, Ron DeSantis is not. It's become a matter of Americans dying during a pandemic from complete malpractice by the Florida governor that didn't have to. Andrew Cuomo is speaking truth to power at a very desperate time, and we need Andrew Cuomo in Florida. Yeah, we need it to be worse. Let's ramp those numbers up. Does he think we're going for number one? Is that what he thinks it's a race to the top of the charts? That's how you win this thing. We need Cuomo in Florida. Stat. Get him here, stat. Well, he's not even barely in New York anymore. Ran his ass out of there after he got a little touchy-feely on some folks. But maybe Daniel Ohlfelter is still on board. Who knows? He's a big fan. The only thing I hate worse than politicians is political hacks. And this dude is the ultimate political hack. This guy is the portrait of a political hack. Intellectually dishonest, absolutely partisan, absolutely grifting out there in the political world, trying to find somebody like maybe even you that agrees with him politically, and they'll separate that person from their money. We're going to get Ron DeSantis. To me, the ad was really, really cringeworthy. I mean, just the whole idea.
Live streaming networks.
You have this right there. Let me get to that right there says it all. Forever Purge, especially when Florida finds themselves in a spot where things are a hell of a lot better than they were a couple of weeks ago. But that's just how I feel about this. How do you feel about it? Let me know in the comments below. I look forward to your comments like I always do. And we'll spar around if we have to, if you disagree. Maybe you think this was genius. Maybe you think this guy's super honest and not at all just using politics as an aesthetic to try to get some money and attention, right? Not at all doing that. He's being totally fair in his comparison and not partisan at all at holding Ron DeSantis accountable and saying Cuomo was a real kingmaker and a badass, and he did a great job. If this is your first time watching one of these videos, please hit the follow button at facebook.com/thenewsjunkie. Subscribe over at youtube.com/thenewsjunkie. Hit that share button or react to the video. That helps out. That's you doing your part. And thank you to my subscribers over on YouTube and Facebook. I appreciate you more than you possibly know. So much, I'm going to reach through the camera and make out with you right now. We don't have the technology. Not yet. Maybe soon, though. Maybe soon. Thank you for watching this video. I appreciate it. We'll talk to you again real soon.